What's up, SRL fans? Today we're back again for another race. It's USA this weekend, and hopefully it'll be a good one again. So first of all, obviously we have short qualifying. Right, here we go then for qualifying. So Francis is still here, even though he said he might be taking a break from the SRL League. So yeah, quite good with, well, good with him making it. So we also have Tim today. We have Dion, we have Sam, we have George. So yeah, it's going to be full of action-packed race today, I think. So no one actually coming out on track straight away. It's looking like people are waiting a little bit, but it does look like it's, you know, going to rain in a bit as well. I mean, I don't know if it will, but it looks cloudy, so that could spice things up a little bit if it does. Oh, we have someone coming out on track, and it's Sam. So Sam's coming straight out on track. He's actually the first one on track, so yeah, and obviously he had a qualifying ban in Britain, or Silverstone, so, and he missed Canada, so he's back again, probably hoping to get, you know, quite high up there again. And obviously there's only 11 people today, so everyone but one person is going to get in the points, so that could be interesting to see. People will try and battle for points, well, for definite points anyway. So is there anyone else out on track? Dion's out on track as well for his out lap. Sandro's out on his out lap too. But Sam's going to be the one to start his first hot lap. I'm quite surprised no one actually came out sooner. I mean, it sounds a bit weird, but if you think about it, if it does rain, if you have a lap in the dries, you're pretty safe. So Dion also, no, he's not coming to the end of the lap, but here we go. So Sam is going to be the first one to start his hot lap, so he starts his hot lap now. And also, let's get the timer up again. For whatever reason, that always gets taken away. We don't need that. There we go, we'll have that. So yeah, I don't know why, but that keeps getting taken away. But Sam coming around through here then, flying through here. How we take this? Would it be smooth? Oh, it is pretty smooth, yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad, to be fair. Could have been worse. Anyone else start their flying lap? Oh, Dion's about to start his flying lap. So he starts his flying lap now. So flying up to the first corner. Would it be nice and tight? Oh, it's pretty nice, yeah. It's not too bad. So Sandro is on his fast hot lap as well, so this could be interesting because there is a few cars bunched together a little bit because Cameron's not too far behind him, and that's Tim just ahead of him, and oh, Cameron almost loses it there. I mean, it's quite a wide track, so I don't think he would have crashed, but he could have spun, so yeah, not good for his tyres. And I think Sandro's backed out of that one. Yeah, Sandro's backed out of that one. So, and Cameron's only on his out lap, so unless Sandro thought he was on his hot lap, I don't know, but yeah, Sandro's definitely backed out of that one. Nick's just come out of the pits as well for his out lap. So Francis also on his fast hot lap, I think, or he's just backed off of it because, yeah, there you go, he's on his hot lap, so he's still going for his hot lap. And it seems like the two Force Indias are actually crowding Nick there, so this could be interesting. Oh, and it looks like Nick's just let the Force India of Billy through. So, oh, he goes out a little bit wide there. I don't know if Billy's on his hot lap. I think they're using the slipstream strategy here. I'm not too sure. Nah, he's just on his out lap, Billy, so I think Billy might be letting Francis get a bit of slipstream there. And Dillon's got the fast lap so far at the moment. Sam looking to maybe try and beat it. But Dion with a 1:33.1 there. So that's not too bad. I'm not too sure who finishes their lap next. I think it might be Sam. Oh, Sam's actually taking a bit off Dion there. And Yvonne's just gone fastest there. So Yvonne and Williams just gone fastest. With a 1:32.4. So pretty nice there. So I'm going to upgrade to Dion's lap. And what will Sam do? I think Sam's the one to finish his lap next. So we go. So around the final corner now. Oh, a little bit out wide. Flips the OS open and he stays 5th. Oh. So Tim actually doing pretty well then. Since Sam didn't, well, still in 5th. Oh, and Tim just gone fastest there. Well, 1:31.6. So Tim, who has had a bit of practice before the race and, well, the qualifying, with provisional pole at the moment, so really nice for him. Who hasn't set up? Sandra hasn't set up yet, so he's on his out lap still. Oh, he must have pitted and then come back out again. Oh, Billy, a little bit dodgy there, but I think Neek might have a qualifying ban. I could be wrong, but I think there's a qualifying ban for this race, well, this weekend. So yeah, and oh, the Williams just retired, even. So he's out of this qualifying, but you know, he's second at the moment, so he could still maybe, you know, stay up there. It looks like only 5 people settle up at the moment, so I don't know if it's just a glitch, but Francis has just gone fastest there. So provisional pole for him with a 1:29.5.9 I meant. So yeah, that's a really nice lap. Really nice, nearly 2 seconds quicker. So can't really complain about that lap from Francis. And I don't think he's done there. I think he's going to try again. And Tim comes into the pits. Dion's also in the pits. So Billy out on track right now. Just taking it pretty nicely. And obviously Force India's really been doing well this season so far. So they're looking to maybe try and get more points and put their constructors up a bit more. And, well, just in theory, put their driving standings up a bit more as well. Because they're both doing really well at the moment. And actually, Billy with a wheel problem today. His wheel is a bit dodgy and it's not working as well, so he said he would be a little bit slower, so you might see a bit of a disadvantage on his side, but yeah, that is the reason why. So yeah, he's still going fairly decent though, so from what I can see, so I won't complain too much about that one. This lap still looks like it's going to be alright, but he backs out of it, so yeah, he's in the pits now. Sandro on a quick lap as well. Let's see what he can do. Try and push himself up to nearly pole maybe, or will he back out of it? Oh no, he's going to keep going. So on the final corner now. Oh, he completely loses it. Oh, that was so close to damage there. And, well, it's still 10th. I think there's just a glitch with my standings then, because for whatever reason, only the top 5 are set laps. So, yeah, I don't really know what's happening with that. But, yeah, there's something wrong with that. Not great. So we've got Sem here in 8th, and he's on a lap. Oh, really? Well, I don't know if it's a glitch or not, but that's a really slow lap. 5.14. Maybe that's just a little slow practice lap, and maybe next lap he'll go for it. So around the final corner now, and flips the DRS open, and he's starting his hot lap now. Maybe, I'm not too sure. I think that might be just been a really bad glitch for whatever reason, but we'll just watch Sem for this lap and see what he can do. And maybe he can, you know, try and push up to a top 5 finish maybe, because at the moment he's 8th. Flying through there, jeez, really nice. So around here, set the 2 incident, or that's just someone let someone through, which probably is the case. So coming up to the big straight now, where he will get DRS, but no slipstream because there's no cars around him. So he'll have to try and use that DRS assistance to his advantage. But obviously everyone gets DRS. So down here, got brake really nicely. Turn in really tight and let out wide. Perfectly there. And this is looking like a pretty decent lap at the moment. Maybe he could try and challenge for the top 5. So Dion's in 5th at the moment, so he could probably challenge for that. I don't know if there's a glitch with this, because for whatever reason, whenever someone sets a lap, it doesn't go up or change anymore. So I think that just might be a glitch. I don't know. Maybe if I try and change something, it might work. But for whatever reason, it's not letting me. But around the final corner now for Sem. Really nicely flips the DRS open perfectly. And, oh, second. Really nice lap by Sem there. So puts him right up in contention of maybe pole position. And Tim on a fast lap as well. So I wonder if he can try and claim back second off Sem. So around the final corner for Tim now. Flip the DRS open perfectly just before he crossed the line, and does reclaim second by just thousandths of a second. So really nice. Well, I should say a tenth of a second, because it is a tenth of a second. But yeah, pretty nice from Tim. Really nice lap. Sem on another quick lap, trying to maybe get pole position, or at least take back second again from Tim. So a nice little lap time battle between Tim and Sem here. So maybe they could be the 2 to watch in this race, because they're definitely going at it. And he is a bit quicker. So around here, really nicely, he's got to take it in tight and let the car go wide without, you know, losing the back end a little bit. And he took it really nice there. So around the flat out corner now, flying through SM, and coming up to the final few corners now, and up to the final corner now, and he backs out of it. I was hoping for a little battle there, but yeah, he's out of it. Sam on his lap now. Will he try and push himself up to a top 5 position? Okay, he's 7th at the moment, and he's doing well. Maybe he can try and get some more points, and maybe, just maybe, get a podium position. Who knows? I don't know. But Sam definitely looking really nice around here. Final corner. Oh, he's a bit down, but he goes up to 7th. Well, he retakes 7th, I should say, because Cameron did just beat him, or someone did, and now he's, well, back up. Oh, Billy beat him actually. He just got 2nd. So, but Billy on another lap now, flying. So even with his, well, broken controller, he's still on it. Oh god, that was definitely. I don't know what was going on with that, but yeah, a massive corner cut by Billy. I think this is definitely abandoned the lap, because I don't think he would have done that if it wasn't. still seems to be pushing, which is a bit weird. I don't really get why he just complete cut out most of the track, really, but mate, just complete cut out most of the track. And yeah, that lap shouldn't count, but if it does, then there's something really broken, and someone should definitely look at that. But let's just see if he does carry on and try and put that lap up somewhere. I don't know. I don't think he will. I think he'll back out at the end or come into the pits or something. But if he does, then someone will definitely need to take a look at that. So coming to the final part now. He'll probably come into the pits. Yeah, he does come into the pit. Yeah, he does come into the pits. So yeah. Anyone else on track? Oh, Sandro about to finish a lap. So around the final corner now. Flip DRS open, and he goes third. Sandro in third now. Nick with a qualifying ban, so he will be dead last, so 11th. So not great for him. Sandro going for another quick lap, and obviously it's the last few minutes now. So Sandro completely cuts the corner there. I think I'm not too sure. I wasn't looking properly. I was concentrating more on the people on the side, but yeah, completely cuts the corner I think there, so that's probably a back out lap. Oh, that's Sem coming out of the pits to try one more lap, I guess. Neeks just came into the pits, obviously because of his qualifying ban. He cannot complete a lap. Cameron on his out lap, but he's in 9th at the moment. Sandro completely off there. Sandro just retired from the session. So that's Sandro's session over. Sam's retired from the session as well. So that's their race over. Billy on his out lap, but pushing anyway. It's just an out lap, but he seems to be pushing really quickly through there, so don't really get what's happening with that. So everyone kind of out lap. Cameron's on a hot lap here. He's quick. Set to 2 yellow flags. Probably just someone letting someone through. Flying through here. Okay, so Cameron will be the first to finish this lap, and then I'll flip to whoever's second. Actually, Dion's just started his lap as well. Dion's on set to 3, so I'll watch Dion. Dion's definitely backed out. Yeah, that's definitely a back out. Maybe he's trying for one more lap in a sec. But we'll watch Cameron now. See maybe if he can push himself up to the top 5 at least. Who knows? And Tim's just ahead of him, so I don't think he'll get slipstream at all, but he might get a little bit dirtier if anything. So not great news for Cameron, but he still pushes on anyway to try something and pull something out of the bag. So final few corners now. Set to 3. Let's see if he can try and push himself up the grid a bit more. With just 15 seconds remaining, he might have a chance for another lap actually. I don't know if he will, but I don't know if he'll come with another lap. But flips DRS open, that's P6. So who else? Right, got a weird on-board camera there. So it is, so Neek's done obviously because of his qualifying ban. So I think Sem's the next one to complete a lap, so I'll watch him, see if he can push himself up anymore. Francis has retired from the session. Either he's crashed or just retired deliberately just because he knows that that lap time's good enough to keep him in. And the final corner for Sem, out completely wide, and that's completely ruined the lap, but P5 it is. So Dion now, we'll watch him come around up to the final corner now. Around the final corner, Billy's retired as well. And Dion loses it a little bit, and he goes P7. Now Tim, where can Tim get up to? So Tim flying along, coming up to the final part of the track. Around the final corner now. Will Tim upgrade his lap, try and get into the top 3? Around the final corner, flips the DRS open, and he doesn't, I don't think. No, he doesn't. So P4 for Tim. That was good qualifying, to be fair. Good qualifying. Now for the race then. Let's see who will come out on top in the USA or United States Grand Prix. So Francis on pole, Billy second, Sandro third, Tim fourth, and Sem in fifth, and that rounds off the top 5. So yeah, let's jump into the race then, and let's see who will win. You know what, whilst we are waiting for the race to start, I'm just going to jump onto the live chat and we will check, see if there's any people commenting. Oh, there is some viewers, so welcome to the live stream. At the moment it's only Neek who put let's go. But yeah, it's seeming to go up Francis' way at the moment, so Francis still leading the championship. Maybe he can try and extend his championship lead in USA this weekend. Now, obviously, the formation lap is always, well, to me, the most hectic. I mean, I haven't seen it that bad since Belgium when I raced there, but when sometimes it can go really hectic. So, yeah, it's green lights, and away we go for the formation lap. And let's see if people will get disqualified. Hopefully not, because I like it when everyone makes it back fine and has, you know, warm tyres and not cold tyres, because it's just no fun really, is it? So yeah. Oh, Sam's been disqualified already, so he's definitely going to have cold tyres, so what a shame. I'm not too sure why. Oh, it looks like Neek spun. Doesn't get disqualified though, so lucky for him. And it looks like no one else has spun at the moment, so that's good. Only one person, I mean, big disadvantage for Sam, but, you know, I don't really know what happened back there. But maybe he could just hope that he can still have a good start with those cold tyres. Who knows? Oh, Francis was just disqualified there. Oh, that's not going to be great for him at all. On cold tyres at the start of the race, he could get jumped by Billy and maybe with Sandro. I don't know. This is not great news. This is, oh, it's going to be an interesting start now. Oh, Cameron also disqualified as well, so it's going to be interesting from them on cold tyres right at the beginning of the race. But maybe they might surprise me. Maybe they might pull something off, even on cold tyres. But not great for them. So Billy around the final corner now to come to line up on the grid with the rest that got disqualified, which is Francis, Cameron and Sam. So yeah, let's just see how the start will play out. It's going to be interesting. I think there's going to be a really interesting race. I don't really need lap data. I'll need that though. There we go. Right. Let's see how this goes then. So Nick, the last one to line up. Just lining up now. Perfect. There we go. And now we're about to get away then. And it is lights out and away we go here for the American Grand Prix. And it's a really good start for Tim there. Diving down the inside of Billy. Bit of contact. Oh, really close there. No one crashed, which is great. But Tim up to third now. Jumped Sandra on the line. And same with Sam as well. He's jumped Sandra off the line. So not great news for him. Sandra getting pushed right down there. But Francis, even on cold tyres, still dominates the start. And are still ahead of his teammate. So I wonder how this is going to play out. Oh, and that's Sandro making a suicidal move down the inside there. And pushes Tim massively out wide. But Tim comes back on the track, still in third. And that's Sem and Sandro having a battle there. Oh, and Cameron joins in as well. 3 cars abreast. Let's see how this plays out. And Sandro diving down the inside of Tim as well. So this is for third. This is all for third. And really having a massive battle there with Tim. Tim still holding it on though. And Cameron and Sem as well having a battle. And it looks like Sem's jumped him. And Sandra and Tim still having a battle. And same with Sem and Cameron. So massive battles going on here all around. This is lining up to be a incredible Grand Prix, I think. Sandro probably not too happy with that start, but he's still going to try his best to get it back. And Francis obviously sets a fast lap because he's in first. Still chasing down Tim in third. It's all for podium, and everyone is still in with a second of each other. So, oh, and Billy, Francis has crashed. Francis has crashed. Oh no, he's crashed. I don't know if Billy and him had contact, but he is, well, pretty much nearly in dead last. Oh, that's not great news for him and his championship points. That is really not good. So Tim obviously up to second and Sandra in third now. So really not great, and I think Billy will be happy though because obviously he's in first and will be leading his teammate by quite a margin now. 3.6 seconds or something like that. So yeah, great news. And Billy trying to pull away from Tim now a little bit, and he is 1.1 seconds. So out of the DRS zone when it comes next lap. And oh, Sem and Cameron having a battle once again. And I wonder where this could go. And Nick and Dion having a battle as well. Looks like there might have been a little bit of contact there. But I wonder how Nick is going to react to this as well, because Nick obviously had to defend off Francis in the Silverstone, well, in Silverstone I should say, or British Grand Prix, so maybe he might try and have to do that again, just for his points, you know, since Nick isn't too far away from Francis. But this is interesting, this is great, like, straight away, and DRS enabled now, this lap, so Billy actually pulled away a big enough gap. So Tim's not in DRS zone of Billy, but everyone else is in DRS zone of each other, except Francis. Oh, Francis is actually in the pits, so making an early stop, maybe to try and go all the way to the end. Maybe, I don't know. It looks like he's on the same tyres though. So Francis actually pits for the same tyres. That's an interesting strategy there. So maybe he's going for super softs, try and catch everyone down maybe, I don't know. But yeah, Tim actually closing the gap a little bit actually now, but suddenly gets pulled away again from Billy. But still, there's still a battle for second and third going on, which could be great. And DRS obviously for Sandro and Sam, and probably Cameron as well. Oh, this looks like a battle between Sam and even, made a look down the outside. Big backs out of it. So Sam having a battle with the Williams driver there. I just wonder how that's going to play out. Oh, a dive down the inside. Massive dive down the inside. A massive risky move. It goes a little bit out wide and Sam keeps it around the outside. Did he spin there? I don't know. He kept it luckily. I thought it had a bit of contact and spun. And Dion got a 2-second time penalty. I think Sem got a 2-second time penalty as well. I think that was just before Dion's popped up. But Sam in 6th. So not too bad for him. Should be pretty decent. Pretty happy with that result at the moment. But still, there's still, you know, quite a few laps to go yet. Slowly lap 4. So he still has time. But massive battle between them going on. And Sandro and Sem look quite close. Tim's kind of pulled out a bit of a gap between him and Sandro now. So I think he's alright with that. Oh, and what's that? Sem has just gone massively down. I might have span or something. I'm not too sure, but massively down. Dion's just ahead of him now. So Dion's going to try and maybe defend off him. But Nick up to P7 after a qualifying ban. So he's probably really happy with that. And diving down the inside. Vivan now. And makes a move stick perfectly on him up to P6 now. And now it's a battle between Nick and Sam. So how's that going to play out? And obviously they both have DRS on each other and on Sam. And a dive back down. Oh no, he backs out of it. I thought he was about to dive down the inside of Nick again. But no, he backed out of it. And Sam looking a little under pressure now from Nick. Probably will need to defend as much as possible. But this is kind of a P5. And he just dived straight down the side of Sam. Pushed Sam's out wide a little bit. But he's made the smooth stick perfectly on Sam. Nick on a flyer today. He is. Even though he had to start P11 because of a qualifying ban, he is still on it. And still trying to get up to his point. A 3-second time penalty for Sam. Who does look to the inside as well. I'm guessing that's for corner cutting too many times because of multiple warnings. He will get DRS on Nick again. And he will try maybe down the inside here. I'm not too sure. But he slips into him really nicely. Tucks it to the inside. Looks down the inside. And maybe tries a move. Yes, he does try a move. And makes a move stick perfectly on Nick there. But Nick definitely not giving up. And Sandro's got a 3-second time penalty as well. And oh, that's really bad from Sam there. Just completely loses the back end a little bit and has to cut the corner there. But Nick's got past him again. And Ivan getting back again to have a battle with Sam. Looks like there's battles everywhere around here. So it looks like everyone's kind of equal on pace in America. Which is really good to see. Because, well, makes racing interesting. Oh, a bit of contact then. Francis gets a 3-second time penalty as well for multiple warnings. And Dion goes a little bit out wide there and behind. But DRS again for the Williams driver. Oh, and a battle between Sandra and Tim. Let's just have a look at this. So let's see how this is going to play out then. Because Sandra must have caught him down massively. He does try down the inside again. He does make the move stick. But he's trying again around the outside this time for Tim. Will Tim keep it? No, he doesn't. Sandro is up to P2 now. But Tim still all over the back of Sandro here. Still looking to try and make a move. And Tim loses the back end a little bit. And he comes into the pit. So Tim is in the pits now. And maybe it's for an early stop. I don't know. But Tim up into the pits. And Cameron will obviously move up to 3rd now. Anyway, let's see what was happening with this. Oh, it looks like he's backed off now. Yeah, it looks like the Williams driver has backed off Sam now for a bit. So, but Nick up to P4 as well, obviously, because that's of the pit stops and stuff. But that's an incredible result for Nick there. Really flying today. And definitely showing that he needs these points. And definitely doing well. So, can't blame him for that. And Ivan gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. It's not great for him. And Billy just trying to pull out a lead from Sandro. 2.0 or 2.2 now seconds ahead of Sandro. So, incredible for Billy. I think it's just like gone Billy's way at the moment. Obviously, you know, P2 for the qualifying. You know, really good. Just behind his teammate. And then Francis crashes out in the race, or spins out in the race. And he's just so far in the lead. I mean, Francis is like mega behind. Oh, that's a retirement for Georgia. So, not great for him. So now it's everyone could finish in the points right now. So, I think they'll be happy with that. And virtual safety car is released. So, everyone has to stay in speed limit. And they cannot go over that speed limit, or else it will get penalised. Oh, and as that happens, Sandro comes into the pit lane, and so does Billy. So maybe this could be the right time to stop. Obviously, because it doesn't affect you too much. So will they jump? Will they jump? Not Neek. Yeah, Neek. Will they jump him? Oh, no, he hasn't stopped yet. So Sandro comes out behind Tim, so Tim's actually jumped Sandro. Honestly, I thought it'd be the other way around. I thought Sandro would have been ahead of Tim, because obviously Tim pitted before the virtual safety car, but Tim actually is massively ahead of Sandro now, so that was really not a good stop time. And Tim's also jumped Billy as well. Incredible. So Tim, after everyone else pits, will be in the lead of the race. That is an incredible strategy from the McLaren team there. So really going up their way at the moment, but Billy is just behind him. Sandro quite down the road a bit more, but Billy just behind Tim by just over a second. So it's going to be an interesting battle, I think. Interesting battle, and I wonder how it's going to play out. Obviously Billy is actually on softs and Tim is actually on ultra softs, so yeah, Tim actually kind of has more of an advantage as well. So maybe Billy and Sandro made a bit of a wrong stop strategy. But to be fair, he is on ultra softs, Tim, so he might have to stop still, because I don't think he'll be able to get onto the end on ultra softs, which Billy and Sandro will. And Tim gets a 3-second time penalty as well, so that's not great news for him. And Dion is just ahead of him now in the way a little bit, so he might try and move down the side. He doesn't get DRS. I'm quite shocked about that. But anyway, Dion tucks it to the inside to try and defend. Tim trying around the outside, but then tucks it into the inside, and Dion almost completely spins and goes into the side of him. That would have been tragic for Tim, but Tim passes Dion really quickly there and really nicely, so fair enough for him. Now Ivan, the Williams driver, will he get past him? I think he will, but it's just a question when. And Sam up to second as well, but they haven't stopped yet. So tries around the outside, and then probably tuck in like he did with the Ferrari driver of Dion, and he does perfectly. And oh, that's Dion! He's completely spun. Oh, and he's probably got damage. He has got damage. Oh, that's not great news. That's really not great news. And that is Francis and Sandro having a battle there. Francis actually dives down the inside here and makes a move stick perfectly on Sandro. Sandro battles back though and keeps a move. Bit of a battle going on here. So Francis still in play then, even though he had that spin at the beginning, or little crash at the beginning. He's still in play for the win. Tim actually pulled out a little bit of a gap from Billy now as well, so this is interesting. And Neek, who's the race leader at the moment but hasn't stopped yet, probably trying to go for a long strategy to try and maybe still win this race. I don't know. Sam in second, 5 seconds behind Neek, and Tim actually catching Sam down pretty quickly as well. So yeah, maybe Sam might try and defend off Tim. I don't know. To be honest, they're on completely different strategies, but you'll still battle anyway. And flying through here, gap closing quickly on Sam and Billy as well, trying to stay in play for this. He doesn't really want to let Tim run away with this one, because obviously he's still battling for a win and loads of points as well. And that Sam gets a 3-second time penalty, flips the DRS open, so Tim does get DRS on Sam. And now you can see the back, and Tim tries down the inside of Sam. He doesn't quite make a mistake yet, because Sam is still trying to defend off him. And there's a battle going on here. Oh, and around the outside. Oh, he completely takes him off. Right off. Sam is probably going to be really annoyed with that one. But Sam's still battling with Billy now. and just dives down this side. I think Sam was just letting through. He didn't want to have the same problem again, because a bit of front wing did come off there as well, so not great for Sam. And Sam pits anyway, so he's going to pit now and maybe even change his front wing. I'm not too sure yet, but yeah, he pits, and so now it's just Neek who has to pit, I think, and then Tim will be in first at the moment. Sandro in P5 now. Francis in P4, so Francis is still in play. I think he'll still have to pit, so I don't think the super sauce will go to the end, but he's still in play, and with the pace he's got at the moment, he might still have a chance of at least getting on a podium. Who knows? So Billy's still trying to keep with Tim as much as possible, just to try and, you know, put pressure on him to maybe make a mistake or something like that. Oh, Sandro not too far behind the Force India Francis. Cameron in 6th as well, so he's not too far behind. Dion gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So I think Sandro's trying to still put pressure on Francis to try and maybe make a mistake. And obviously Sandro on cleaner tyres since, well, Francis has been on those tyres since lap 2. So I think he'll try and, you know, well, not lap 2, but well, it was lap 2, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure, because he like span out on lap 1. Oh, really untidy there. Looks like it might be a battle between Sandro and Francis again, with Sandro having DRS obviously for an advantage. Sandro definitely still sticking with him, so really nicely from him. And Tim gets a 3-second time penalty, which really isn't great. I don't know if Billy has a time penalty or something, but Tim, I think he's got like 2 penalties now, so really not good for him. But he's still trying. Tim is still trying, and with a pretty much 5-second lead, or 1.4, he still wants to try and win this race. Francis and Sandro are on a massive battle now, so much closer, Sandro, than the previous few laps, so he will get DRS again, and a bit of slipstream as well, and maybe try and move down inside, maybe, who knows. So here we go, slipstreams in really nicely. Oh, and he doesn't, but he's so close. Look how close he is. I think it's going to be one of those races where it gets close, but not close enough. So, yeah, Sandro's still sticking with him, though. Maybe he might try and stick with him throughout the corners to try and move again down the inside on turn 1. I don't know, but they definitely are so much closer now. But then Francis just pulls out a little bit more of a lead again. So they're not as close again now. I think Sandro's losing a little bit on the corners. I don't know why, but 3-second time penalty for Cameron, and Francis comes into the pits. Sandro will move back up to 4th. And Nick's still out on the track on his, well, lap 1 tyres, super softs. Tim definitely catching down much quicker, because the last time I checked he was like 4 seconds ahead, now he's 2.2. So Tim definitely catching down quick. And Billy also catching Nick down quickly. But I think you know, I think Tim's has a little bit more pace, obviously because of his ultra softs. I think he got lucky with picking the right tyre, but he probably will have to pit again, like I said. So that's the only thing he won't be lucky with. I think what he has to try and do is pull out a gap, well, as much of a gap between him and Billy as possible, and then he might have a chance. And obviously with the penalties as well adding up, he has to try his best to pull out as much of a gap, and Dion gets another 3-second time penalty, so really not a good day for him at the moment. But he's still carrying on. He's in 10th, so he still gets a point, so can't really complain about it. And it looks like Nick ain't going down without battle, I don't think. I think he's going to just try and battle, even though he hasn't pitted yet. He'll just try his best to try and, you know, battle Tim and Billy, maybe. Oh no, he comes into the pits, don't worry. Ignore everything I just said, because Nick is coming into the pits. and Tim will reclaim first at the moment, and Billy will reclaim second at the moment, or claim second at the moment, and Sandro will claim third at the moment. I don't know where Neek will come out in. Oh, Neek stuck in the pits for a little too long there. I don't know if he had to change the front wing or something, but stuck into the pits for a little bit too long. And will Sem come out ahead? No, Sem doesn't come out ahead. Neek so comes out in 5th. So he don't think he should be too disappointed with that one. I mean, starting P11 and finishing P5, that ain't too bad of a result. So Cameron in 4th, obviously. Bit of a gap between him and Sandro, and him and Neek. So he's just in his own race. Sandro, yep, a gap as well. I think the least gap, although there isn't too much of a gap between Sem and Francis, so. And we'll flip to Billy and Tim in a minute as well to see what's happening with them. But Francis is still trying to make his way up. Try maybe a move down the side of Sem here. Or not. He'll try it with the DRS, I guess. So flips the DRS open in a sec. You know, he's slipstreaming really nicely here. And he'll flip the DRS open perfectly. Tries around the outside. It looks like he might even get him before the corner. But no, Sem's still trying to battle. But Francis makes the move stick perfectly, and that hits him up into P6 and trying to get back up to the top 2 maybe. I don't know. It might not be doable, but Francis is a quick driver and knows what he's doing. So yeah, he is definitely pushing really well today. And Tim and Billy now having a battle as well. Billy caught down Tim pretty quickly throughout that last lap, whilst I was watching Francis and Sem having a battle. But anyway, through here, let's see what can happen. So 5 attempts behind him. Francis gets the fastest lap of the race as well. Those new soft tyres. Even though he's battling Sem, he still gets the fast lap, so can't really complain about that one. So that's still an extra point at the moment. And Tim definitely trying to defend as much as possible. And Dion gets another time penalty to add to the list, so not great for him. But Slipstream and Billy will get Slipstream and DRS here now. Looks to the inside. Tim not even battling at the moment. Just kind of lets it happen. And he just lets it happen. And Billy is up to P1. Again. Looks like Billy's just unstoppable on this race at the moment. So, really doing well for him. Can't really complain about that one. But Tim's still on it. Maybe still try and move down the inside on turn 1 with his DRS throughout the straight and slipstream. But it depends if he can keep with it. Oh no, he comes into the pits, Tim. So Tim maybe tries to stop on super softs now. Or softs. Not too sure. Let's see. I'm trying to watch and see if he stops on super softs. Or softs. What will it be? Yeah, it's super soft, so that is the right strategy. I was about to say. Right. Really quick stop from the McLaren team there. And Sandra up to P2. Cameron up to P3. And Neek up to P4. So Neek again up to another place. And Francis not too far behind Tim either. Well, a good 3 seconds, but still not too bad. And Francis loses the back end a little bit there. And not a great day for him. And Tim gets another 3-second time penalty. Just not great at the moment. Not great at all. Nine-second gap between Sandra and Billy. So I think Billy kind of has this one in the bag, really. Cameron, a 4-second gap between him and Sandro. Oh, but Neek isn't too far behind Cameron. Well, I mean 2.7, but Tim ain't. It's really close to him now. So I wonder if Tim will try to get past Neek, because obviously he's on better tyres, more colder tyres, and also he is just on the super softs and not the softs, so better tyres altogether anyway. But he's going to try and maybe get past Neek again, because obviously Neek jumped him in the pits, so he has to do his work on the track, on the pits. And he seems to be doing alright at the moment. Not too bad. He's definitely sticking with it, and maybe he'll try it down on turn 1 after the big straight. they get. So we go final corner now. So we'll get DRS on the straight. Tim flips DRS open, slipstreams him as well. And obviously Neek doesn't get DRS because he's not in a second between him and Cameron. And he does dive down the inside of Neek. He does make the move stick perfectly on Neek. So Tim back up to P4. I think he'll be a bit annoyed that he can keep at least P3 and stay in the podium. But he could still try and catch Cameron down because Cameron is 1.7 seconds ahead of him. But not, so that's not too far. 1.6 now. It is going down quick. And obviously him being on better tyres as well. And can go to the end now. He can just try everything in the book. Try and get it. So Francis is kind of in his own race now. 2 seconds behind Neek. Sam gets a 3-second time penalty. So top 3 kind of in their own race. Except for Cameron and Tim. Cameron and Tim kind of close. And it is definitely getting closer and closer. Maybe, just maybe, Tim might still get a podium. And another 3-second time penalty for Dion to add to the list. He's just not having a great day at all for the SRL league, but he's still racing on and still will claim a point if he carries on. And Tim getting ever so much closer to Cameron to try and make a move on him and still claim a podium and major points as well. 3-second time penalty for Neek as well for multiple warnings. I saw him in the background, but I didn't see what he got a penalty for. But he flips DRS open now anyway. Tim will maybe try and move. But Cameron's going to try everything in the books to keep him behind him. Oh, and that was close to a crash. Dive down the side for Tim though. Oh! Massive contact there. How they didn't completely take each other out, I don't know. But they're still in the race and through here. And that's Tim. That is Tim around into the barrier. And pretty much out. It's P6. And you probably will have to pick because I saw front wing damage. Neek up to P4. And that will give Francis a massive opportunity as well. Not great for Tim. But it was going really well for Tim. And now he's got front wing damage, as you can see. So we'll have to pit again. Down to P6. He'll probably go down to P9. Not too sure. It might be P9. I could be wrong, but not great. But for third here, as 3-way battle for third. So let's see how this plays out. And obviously it's still got loads of laps to go yet. Over 10 yet. So yeah, we could still see people changing places. So Neek really close. They'll both, all of them except Cameron will have DRS. And a bit of slipstream. So we go. They'll flip the DRS open except Cameron, who doesn't have it this lap. 3-second time penalty for Sam. He dives down the inside of Neek. Francis dives down the inside and Francis spun. That's a shame. And Francis spins and he's out. What a shame. He was actually having a pretty decent race as well. And that pushes Sam up to P5 as well. So Tim in PA after his pit stop as well. It's not a great race for Tim at all. 3-second time penalty for Dion again. Sam P5 still in his own race now. No one around him. And the battle Neek and Cameron were having is ruined because Francis and Neek had contact, so yeah, not great for them. Sandra up to P2 though, so he'll probably be happy with that one in his own race now. Francis last session, probably really not happy with that one. But Billy, who has a 10.2 second gap on Sandro, will probably, well, most likely take the win now. Still got, well, about 9 laps remaining. 9 to 8 laps remaining. 3-second time penalty for Tim. I think he's just given up at this point after his crash he had. But yeah, it's just not great. Not great for him. So everyone's kind of in their own race right now. No one really battling. I mean, the closest to a battle is Ivan and Sem, but they're still like, 1.7 seconds between each other, so not great for them for a battle at the moment. So everyone just really just bringing the car home in the positions they are at, unless there's any crashes, but I doubt at the moment. Dion gets another 3-second time penalty, but he still finishes as 9th now, so he gets another extra point than what he already had. To be honest, if I was Dion, I would just like pit right now and try and go for the fastest lap of the race or something, because what have you got to lose? Just, you get 2 points and maybe even a third point for a fast lap. I mean, he's 10 seconds behind Tim, so there's 11.1 seconds now, so I don't think he'll catch Tim down. Obviously, Tim also being on the fresh tyres. Oh, and there is a battle now between the Sam and Ivan in the Williams and Renault. So, obviously, Sam being on the better tyres. I just wonder how this is going to play out. Oh, almost a bit of contact there, but he's still going at it. Maybe a dive down the inside on turn 1 after DRS on the straight. Flips DRS open perfectly now. Slipstream him as well. Definitely see the advantage for Sam. He tries down the inside, and he doesn't make it. No, he's been pushed massively out wide by the Williams there, so really not great for him. But he's still on him. He's still on him. Oh, he caught up massively there somehow. And this could be a battle that we need to see, because also Tim's catching him down quickly as well now. And another attempt down the inside for Sam, but backs out of it because it was too dangerous. Tries down the inside. Now, yeah, tries down the inside again. Will he go out wide though? And he does go a little bit out wide and pushes Sam completely off the track there. And a 3-second time penalty for Sam that I would take that away, because that wouldn't be really fair since he got pushed out a little bit. But yeah, he tries down the inside again. Tim and play now when Tim also dives down the inside as well, but he backs out of it. But Sam has made the move stick on Ivan in the Williams. Now Tim is going to try and make a move on him too, so Ivan just dropping down places very quickly now, so not great for him, but he's still defending well, so can't really blame him for not defending, because he is doing very well at defending. And looks like they're having a lot more contact as well, which is really bad. He dives down inside again. No contact from what I saw then on that corner, but they both have DRS, and Dion gets another time penalty to just add to the collection. He doesn't try down the inside, he just leaves it, backs out of it, don't blame him. Now a bit of a gap is opening up as well, because he had to back out massively. But yeah, these are the 3 people you want to watch at the moment, because honestly, they are having a pretty big battle at the moment. And after Tim gets past Ivan, he might try and get past Sem as well, since Sem is on warmer tyres. Actually, they're both on the same, so actually Sem should be faster theoretically, but I don't know. But yeah, Tim does make the move stick perfectly, and Ivan down straight with DRS assistant. So yeah, that Tim back up to P7, Sem in P6. I'm still going to continue watching these guys because they seem to be you know, having a bit of a battle now. I mean, Sem might pull away a little bit now since he's on better tyres. Or maybe not, because Tim has just calmed down massively somehow. Goes out a little bit wide there, Sem does. Sandra gets a 3-second time penalty, but I don't think our man Sem goes completely out wide, and Tim claims 6th. So even though they're on same lap tyres, but oh god, there's a massive crash here. I don't know what happened there. I think Ivan just made a ridiculous dive bomb, and has claimed P6 again, which ain't great. I mean, I couldn't really see it because I was on the front wing cam of Tim, but yeah, damage for Sem. I don't think there's any damage for Tim, but damage for Sem, and there isn't damage for Ivan, but I think Ivan made a ridiculous dive bomb there, and that might want to be looked into. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong, but and he could have been like really close to them, but I think he just, to me, it looks like he just braked from about 2 yards away. So yeah, not great for them, but Nick 1.8 seconds behind Cameron. Could he try and catch him down before the end? I don't know. It's about five laps remaining, about-ish. Well, for them, 5 laps here. I don't think he will. But still a battle here for P6 and 7. And Tim really probably annoyed with after he span, but he's up to P7 again. Now can he go chase down Ivan again and maybe, you know, retake his P6 at least, because that was just not a great result for, you know, him after his spin and after that ridiculous dive bomb from what I know from Ivan. Oh, and Tim tries a dive bomb then. That looked like it was going to be ridiculous, like Ivan's, but somehow he still pulled it off. I think it was just like Daniel Ricciardo, really. But yeah, really nice. And Sem gets a penalty, probably because he's cutting corners from his front wing damage. I mean, he probably doesn't want to pit because Dion might come out ahead of him, from what it looks like anyway. But Tim gonna get DRS now and slipstream. Will he try down the inside here? Ooh, almost goes right into the back of him. I think there's a bit of blocking from Ivan then. I'm not too sure. But Cameron gets 3-second time penalty. Oh, that was a dangerous dive bomb there. Don't know what he's trying there, but he does move up to P6, I guess. I guess it somehow works. It looks like there's going to be even more contact. Ivan pushed him out wide. Oh, yep, there's definitely a push off the track. I think they're getting a bit of chucking a bit of anger out on each other there. Oh god, okay. Ivan trying to probably, I don't know, it looks like he was trying to take Tim out there, but completely just went off the track. But they're still in play. They're still in play for this. But I don't get why they're going this much effort, trying to pretty much take each other out like that. But yeah, I think there's nothing to really lose at this point for them, and anything will really work. But Ivan still sticking with him. Maybe try something in a sec. But Tim seemed to like take that really nicely. Better than Ivan there. Ivan does get a penalty. I think that battle might be over, but Ivan's still close. I don't know. Sem's just way off now because of his front wing damage, but Tim and Ivan are still at it since they both haven't got damage, and they both got fairly decent tyres as well. Ivan's on 14 laps soft, so he's somehow still doing well against Tim, even though his tyres are more worn out compared to Tim's, who's only on 6. But you know, he's doing well. Tries down this side again. Oh, goes massively out wide and pushes Tim massively out wide. Oh, and he's completely taken Ivan out there. Tim has completely taken Evan out and got a 3-second time penalty for it. Understandable 3-second time penalty for it as well. And this could be actually a battle between Sem and Evan now for P7, since they both got front wing damage now. Probably both got a bit worn out tyres. And Sem actually pits. Not Sem, Evan pits. Sem's still out. I don't know if they'll think that'll make Dion get up into P8. I'm not too sure, but Dion's got a lot of time penalties, so he probably will get pushed back anyway. Will Dion get out ahead of Sem? Not Sem, Evan. I keep saying Sem, but it's Evan. And he does. But penalties probably push him back down to P9 anyway. So yeah, I don't know if that's going to be looked into there between Tim and Evan. But there was quite a few argy-bargy going on throughout that battle. So I don't know. But I'd probably look into it. It probably would be looked into. But Sam in P5, so he's had a pretty decent race, even though he he was in P8 and stuff like that, and had a bit of contact and got pushed out wide a bit. He's still in P5, so brilliant from him. And I think everyone at the moment just have gaps between each other, so nothing really happening. And a 3-second time penalty for Sam. I'll say that. And Cameron actually coming to the pits. Don't know why he's coming to the pits. Maybe his tyres are just completely done over or something. That pushes Sam up to P4 now. So if Sam doesn't have that many penalties, then he might finish ahead of Cameron. I don't know. And Tim moves up to P5 as well. Cameron just coming out the pit lane now. Tim obviously has a few penalties from what I know. I know he definitely has at least one from that crash with Evan. But yeah, P5 for Tim, P4 for Sam at the moment. P3 for Nick, which is, well, remarkable to say the least. Sandro P2, pretty good race for him. And Billy P1, really good race for him after he started in P2 and, well, comes home, well, will win the race. Still got 2 laps to go yet, but oh, is that someone else pitted? Oh, Dion does pit. And a 3-second time penalty for Billy as well, boss, as I say that. So maybe Dion is going to do the strategy that I said and just go for the fast lap now, since, well, he has nothing to lose. He literally has nothing to lose. I mean, you might as well just go for it and get an extra point, so you get 3 points then. I mean, that'd be great if he does, and well deserved as well. Oh, disqualified from the session. Oh, okay. So Dion's been disqualified. Bit of a shame there, but yeah, I think he was going to be going for my strategy, but I think he cut corner again or track exceeded again or something. I'm not too sure. Bit of a shame for him. Could have at least tried to get the fast lap before got disqualified, but didn't work out that way, sadly. So yeah, everyone has a gap. Oh, Cameron and Tim don't have a gap, much of a gap though. So I'll watch that for a little bit. See how that goes. Obviously, Cameron on much better tyres, on ultra softs, and he has cleaner tyres as well. You know, put him on last lap, so he will be much quicker than Tim. But Tim will still try and defend for the P5. And around the outside, Cameron goes. Will he try dive it down the inside now? Yes, he does. And he will get DRS as well. He won't get slipstream since he's on the side of Tim. But he will get DRS, so still more of an advantage in Tim. And he does make a move stick perfectly on him. Tim does still try and slipstream, but Cameron has made the move stick perfectly on him. But this battle's not quite over. He's still going. Nah, Cameron's pulled away now. But yeah, Cameron is up to P5 again. I don't think he'll catch Sam, because he's 10 seconds behind Sam, but P5, you know, that's not too bad. And Sam, P4. He'll be happy with that result, starting from P8, I think it was. But Billy, what an incredible day for him. Definitely had a lot of luck when Francis crashed out at the beginning and then actually retired about halfway through the race. But pretty much well deserved, you know, been battling all day, even though he had a broken controller as well, or broken wheel I should say. So he, you know, couldn't have gone better really, couldn't have gone better for him. And Cameron has pulled out a bit of a lead between him and Tim now, 2.1 seconds, so yeah. But Billy will be one that comes out on top. Oh, and a fast lap from Ivan there in the Williams. So he must have done the strategy as well. So he'll get an extra point for that, depending on whether someone speeds it. But around the final corner now, for the final time, Billy comes across the line and wins the American Grand Prix. And Sandro will come around the final corner now as well to finish in P2. And then Nick, an incredible race for him, even though he's at P11. Dead last place, he will still come out to finish on a podium position and get some valuable points and try and close the gap between him and Francis and maybe even lead, I'm not too sure, but that rounds off the podium. Billy, Sandro and Nick. And Sam, incredible race for him. 6 seconds behind Cameron is. Now I wonder if Sam doesn't have that many penalties to affect him. Hopefully not, but Sam comes across the line now. P4, incredible race for him. Cameron, P5, and does set the fast lap as well. Tim, P6, disappointing race after he crashed, but couldn't really be blamed really. You know, it was a racing incident to me. Sem coming around the final corner now, and he will finish P7, and then P8 will go to Ivan, who's coming around the final corner now. And he gets P8. Will he beat the fast lap as well? No, he doesn't. But yeah, decent race. Fairly decent race. Massive battles. A bit of collisions, which isn't the best to see. But you know, it was a good race. It was a good race so far. And yeah. So Billy first, Sandro second, and Nick third. And a well-deserved win for Billy. But now, let's bust out the champagne. So yeah, everyone got a penalty there. Literally, at least one penalty. Everyone got at least one penalty. That is pretty insane. Really insane, actually. Well, except for Dion, who got disqualified at the end, but he would have got penalties. So yeah, that was the race in America for the SRL League. So if you enjoyed this race, then make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you the next one. And I will not be commentating the next one, it will be Fox. So yeah, see you in Mexico. Goodbye.